then you can believe that I am a real astronaut. Well, tonight and every night this week, we're going to go on a little adventure, okay? So we're going to, well, it's going to be right here. I know. I know, we're going to stay right here, Marshall. I got to meet a lot of you guys tonight. Let's see. I met somebody who was born in Laos. Does anybody know where Laos is? She's from Laos, yeah. So when I was on the space station, on the International Space Station, we would go over Laos like 19 times a day. We just keep on going around and around and around. We never got dizzy. But I want to tell you guys something that NASA is doing right now. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so NASA is producing a system that allows you and me to travel back in time.
Wait, really?
Oh, really?
No.
Yes, Walter. Did you have a question? Maybe. So right now we're going to go back in time. We're going to rewind and we're going to relive an experience that's going to help us understand the contingency. Now, Pastor Steve told you guys what contingency was. Did anybody remember what he said? What is contingency? Okay, you guys ready? Say it with me. Ready? Back up plan. Ready? Say it again. Ready? Back up plan. Okay, so tonight we're going to talk about God's contingency plan. He had a backup plan. Well, wait. If you have a backup plan, then what happened to the first plan?
It got destroyed. Gone.
Something happened. You guys want to learn about what happened? Okay, so you guys ready?
Yeah.
So, you got your seatbelts? All right, buckle up. Buckle. Oh, we're about to go. No, not going to go on that. We're going to go in this space shuttle the size of this room. All right, everybody buckle up. If we can move at the speed of light in an inverse direction of the gravitational pull of our universe, we can make a quantum leap across the centuries and arrive back at eons in the past. And that's what we're going to do. You guys ready? Yes. Oh, we're going way back in time. Actually, we're going to go back to a land before time. All right? If any of you guys does anybody get motion sickness?
No.
So if you get a little motion sickness and you feel like you're going to throw up, please do not throw up on my shoes. Choose your friend's t-shirt or their shoes to dispense your vomit in. Okay, so, you guys ready? Let's go back in time. Okay, so, everybody buckled in? Can you hear the engines roar? You hear them? Oh no, we don't have any sound effects. You feel the space shaking? Blast off! Here we are. We have left planet Earth. Okay. We're going a lot faster. Okay, now what I told you guys, we have to get the speed of light. Okay, we have to have a rocket boosters. They're going to hit. We're going to go the speed of light. All right. We are going to go to a time when this was not yet. I will ask. Oh, be quiet. If you guys look out the left side of our window, look at the left side of the window. As we pass by, we can see Earth. It's not really Earth yet. It's dark. It doesn't really have a form yet. It's covered in darkness. We're going to pass Earth, and we're going toward outer space. We're going to the very throne room of God. Oh, wait a minute. We got to figure out something that's going on there. So, as we get closer to there, we hear early reports from heaven. Okay, what are they saying? Oh, there's this rest in heaven. There's a war going on in heaven. Oh no, there's a war going on in heaven. Wait. I thought heaven was supposed to be a peaceful place. But in fact, there's a war going on in heaven. Okay, here we go. Coming in close.
I love your sound effects.
I love them too. We have landed. Man. Okay, we're looking around. What do we see? What?
All right. Who are you, and what are those clothes? Like, actually, what are those?
Well, I am an astronaut. My name is Astronaut Elias. And if you look around, Angel. Angel, are you seraphim?
Yeah, I'm a seraphim.
There were no microphones.
Okay, so
There were no microphones, right?
I don't know what that is, but I'm speaking into it.
if you look around in here, you can see the rest of my space cadets. Okay, today we're all learning about what's going on in heaven. So can you tell us what's it like to be an angel in heaven?
Yeah, sure. So it's basically, we're basically just created to obey God and create things for His glory. So it's actually kind of cool. We just go around and accomplish tasks for God, and it all brings out a part of His character. But something's changed. Like before, we would just use our artistic, musical, and poetic talents to bring glory to God. But now it's really different. The Creator finds everything we do and produce as immeasurably valuable. I mean, we have unlimited materials and time. I mean, we don't even have to sleep, so that helps a lot. Do y'all have to sleep? I don't even know.
Yes, you do. No.
That's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, and the best part is that Jesus is this amazing angel that is really high up there anyway. So He helps us out, and right when we're about to present these creations that we've come up with, Jesus helps perfect them and give us more ideas to bring glory to God. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
So I have a question though. Have y'all ever heard of doubt?
Yeah.
Debt? Doubt or debt? Okay. Because I doubt debt is an actual thing, but yeah.
Wait. Did you guys hear what he said?
Yeah.
He asked you guys, do you guys know what debt is? I'm gonna ask them.
Okay, yeah.
Do you guys know what debt is?
Yes.
Okay, one person at a time. Matthew, do you know what debt is? Help the angel out. What is he?
Okay, so debt is
Let's listen to Matthew.
you have to have a lot of money to pay off your debt.
So what is debt? Help the angel
So
out.
basically, you have to have all this money to pay the government.
Okay, let me see if we can get some clarification, because we had to have a lot of money. Somebody help me out with, okay, what's debt?
Debt is the money you owe to the government.
All money to the government? Is that?
So is it owing somebody something for something they did, and so you have to owe them for it?
So he has.
Like if you bought something, but if you didn't have enough money, you said, I'll give you it back. Just wait till I have enough money, and I'll give you it when I have it.
That's a good explanation. And if you buy something and you don't have the money, then now you have
Credit card debt.
Now you have debt. Does that make sense, Angel?
Yeah.
Why are you asking? Does heaven have debt?
That's interesting because before I'd never heard of the word, but then there's this other really high angel up in heaven, and he walked up to me
What was his name?
Lucifer. Yeah. He's amazing. He's beautiful. He's very talented at music. But anyway, he walked up to me earlier today, and he started talking about how God was unfair or something like that. I don't know what that word means either, but something about not treating us the way we should be treated, treating us less than. And so that sparks some curiosity. He was also saying that we could create beings and we could be almost like gods if we weren't bound under this master called God. And then, before I could even like give a defense, like defend God stuff, he just started talking about the like, I was forever indebted to him for like bestowing this information upon me, because like it's so truthful. And I'm like, huh, what does indebted mean? But yeah, I don't know.
So, what are you going to do with this information? Are you?
I don't know.
You should go ask God or something.
Yeah, I probably should ask God. I'm gonna go ask him.
Okay, go ask God.
Thank you for answering my questions.
You're welcome. What in the world? Wait. Why does heaven have debt? Wait, I thought God was this like limitless being. I thought he had all the riches in the universe, and one of his angels has debt. What happened? Okay, I got to get my instruction manual out. Okay, cool. I got my instruction manual out. This might help us understand. So, in my instruction manual, there's a Bible verse that says, it says, how you are fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning, you said in your heart, I will ascend into heaven? Okay, wait. Who was Lucifer? Did you guys catch from the angel? Who was he?
An angel who did like that. An angel who was perfect.
He was beautiful. The Bible said he was beautiful and he was faultless from the day he was created. Do you have a question? Do you have a question? All right, he doesn't have a question. Well, have you guys ever owed your friend money, kind of like Lucifer told this other angel? Elijah, have you ever owed anybody money?
No.
Never. Has anybody ever owed any money?
I did.
Is it a good feeling to owe money? So one time I owed money to another astronaut, right? We were going to go on a space trip, and he was like, hey, they have ice cream sandwiches on the space shuttle, but you're going to have to pay for them. And I was like, okay, how much are they going to be? He's like, $10. And I was like, I only have 5. And he's like, well, while you're there, you know what? You can borrow from me $5, and that you can have what? I can have a space thing. So, an ice cream sandwich. So we got on the space shuttle, and I got my ice cream sandwich. But then he's like, hey, do you have my money?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, no, I don't have it. And then the next day, you know what he said? Catherine, you know what he said to me? He said, do you have my money?
No.
And I was like, no, I don't have my money. And slowly, the longer we were on the space shuttle, we became less and less friends because debt started to get in the way of our relationship, right? And, here we go. The Bible says that Satan, that's his new name. Lucifer, he was blameless in all of his days from the day that he was created until unrighteousness was found in him. So, how did unrighteousness get into this angel? You know, Lucifer said, I am going to ascend. This is in Isaiah. I am going to ascend up into heaven. Wait, you're a very smart person, Ashlyn. Where was Lucifer living? Say that again.
In heaven?
Wait a minute. Wait. Does that make any sense to you? Wait, if Lucifer was living in heaven, and then he was going to ascend to heaven, does that make sense? No. Okay, it says that in Ezekiel 28, it says, your heart was proud because of your beauty. You corrupted your wisdom for the sake of your splendor. Who here is beautiful? And how do you know it? How do you know you're beautiful, Lucia?
Oh, I look in a mirror.
Because God made you. Okay, anybody else know they're beautiful?
I'm beautiful.
You are! Because God made you. Lucifer forgot that he was beautiful. Right? And then one day he was walking along and he saw himself, he's like, wow, I am pretty handsome.
I'm not. Yes, you are.
And then he went around and he said, don't you think I'm handsome?
Yay!
And then he went over to somebody else and said, don't you think I'm handsome?
No.
And the more people he went to who were kind of like, I mean, yeah, you're pretty, the more insecure he felt. Have you ever felt insecure?
Yes.
Yeah. And so Lucifer, because of his beauty, he didn't believe that his beauty was, like Lucia said, was from God. And then another verse says, in the abundance of your trade, this is in verse 16, in the abundance of your trade, you were filled with violence in your midst, and you sinned. Now, this is getting to the bottom of our little idea that the angel told us. In the abundance of your trade, you were filled with violence, and you sinned. Wait a minute. He said that heaven had, what did he say? He said he had debt. Now, if I want to get something from you, I'm going to make a fair trade, right? Like, if I want that shirt off your back, how much are you going to charge me? $10?
100.
Like $8? What if I gave you $7? And then I took your shirt and I went over to Emily and said, Emily, look, I have a $10 shirt. Do you want it?
No. Yes, please.
Yes, please. So imagine Lucifer's going all around heaven and he's making these trades, but he's trading ideas. He says, I don't think God is very fair to us. Now he is, girl, you with me. Let's go. You wouldn't have been deceived by his trick. And he said, you know what? I don't think he's giving us an honest chance to be our real selves. And he goes around and he starts trading ideas. He starts trading ideas all the way around. And he starts to get deceived by these ideas he's starting to have. Well, the more he trades, the less he has. Have you ever made a bad deal?
Yes. Oh, wait, I have.
The more Lucifer goes around heaven and starts making these trades, he starts to have less and less and less. And he goes around heaven and he says, oh, make a trade here, make a trade there. And he starts to have less and less and less. And then one day, God says, okay, it's time to settle your accounts. So Jesus tells a parable in Matthew 18. He says, a king decides to settle his accounts. All right? And what he does is he brings together. Therefore, the kingdom of heaven may be compared to a who? A king who wishes to settle accounts. Okay, so did anybody get a report card at the end of the school year? No. Who did everybody get a report card? Okay, did anybody have straight A's?
Yes.
Did you get a report card at the end of the school year? Did anybody have straight A's? Oh, congratulations. Good job. When I was in 5th grade, I did not have straight A's, although I became an astronaut one day, so I did something right. Settling accounts is kind of like your teacher at the end of the year giving you a report card. He takes all the grades, or she takes all the grades that you made during the year, and they add them up and they say, do you pass? Oh, imagine coming to the end of the school year and they say, nope, you don't pass. Well, God decided, I'm going to settle my accounts. So, he calls this servant up. God calls Satan up and he says, okay, Satan, something tells you have a debt. Oh. Marshall reminded me that at this point his name is Lucifer. And he says, let's settle accounts. And he comes up and Lucifer presents himself to God. And God's like, Lucifer, you have a huge debt. Like, not just a little one. Like a cosmic size debt. Wait a minute. How did you do that? And you know what Lucifer said? Just give me time. Just give me time. I'll figure something out. I'll figure something out. Just give me time. And God in his mercy allowed Satan to have, Lucifer to have time. He allowed Lucifer to have time to try to pay back this debt.
But I never did repay his debt, huh?
No. So Lucifer leaves God's presence. And like in the story of the man, if we can go to like verse 26, I think it is. So he leaves the presence of the king. And he goes around, and you know what? He tries to find some of those people he made trades with. And he goes and finds one who owed him just a little bit amount of money. And you know what he did? He grabbed him by the shirt, and he started to choke him, and he said, "Pay me back all that you owe me." And it was only a little bit amount of money. I don't know if heaven worked with money. He seized him and began to choke him and say, "Pay me what you owe."
I bet some angels couldn't.
I bet. Because debt wasn't a thing in heaven. Imagine heaven's economy. God has all the money anybody could ever have, right? If somebody made a bad decision with money, he would help them. He would forgive their debt. Well, God offers forgiveness to Lucifer. He says, "Lucifer, you have this huge debt, an enormous debt, and I want to offer you forgiveness." You know what Lucifer said? "No, thank you. I am going to take this debt, and I'm going to go out into the universe, and I'm going to free people from your kingdom. Because you are holding us all back. And the best way for me to establish a kingdom is I'm going to hold on to this debt that I have called sin. In this kingdom that I'm going to establish, we're going to take advantage of each other. We're going to make unfair deals with people. We're going to use the truth and we're going to spin it with a lie. We're going to try to release our minds to be able to know something that you haven't told us, God. Now I'm going to go out there." And God's like, "Wait, Lucifer, wait. There was this other angel in heaven that you guys thought was an angel. Remember what the angel said? Remember there was another angel that was covering God's presence? One was Lucifer, and then the other was Michael, the archangel. And he said, "Lucifer, I need to tell you something. Michael, the archangel, is actually my son. And he is willing to take your debt. He is willing to take your debt." And Lucifer's like, "What? No, thank you. Without my debt, what am I? Without my debt, how can I get people under my power? If people owe me, then they're under my power."
But the debt went on to his son. Judge on him.
You're right. Satan filled all of heaven with violence.
Lucifer.
Oh, sorry. Lucifer fills all heaven with this violence. And God comes to Lucifer one day and he says, "Lucifer, there's no longer room for you in heaven. For you to continue, there's no longer room for you. So everybody who's taken some of your debt, everybody who's taken a little bit from you, taken a little bit of the lie you put into their mind, they have to leave with you." And then Michael, the archangel, you know who he ends up being? Jesus. He stands up and he says, "Dad, Holy Spirit, it's time for our contingency plan." What was contingency plan?
Sin goes on to Jesus.
The backup plan. So Jesus looks down through eternity because he knows, because Jesus is God. He knows all things. He's all powerful. And he looks down eternity and he looks and he sees all the pain that sin is going to produce. He sees it. He sees how sin is going to produce sadness in your life. He's going to see sin hurt Aiden. Aiden just told me that he's been sick for almost a half of a year. He saw the pain that Aiden was going to experience. He saw the sickness and the death that was going to happen because of sin. And God's like, "What are we going to do with it?" You know what Jesus said? "I'll take it." The contingency plan. The God of the universe takes the debt onto himself. So, you guys ready to go back to Earth?
Yeah. No.
All right, ready? Okay, everybody buckle up. Everybody put their buckles back on. You guys ready for the sound effects? All right, let's turn the boosters on. Let's see. All right, we might be stuck in heaven if that's how we're getting back. But good thing we have an imagination shuttle in my brain. You guys ready? Everybody in? Buckle up. Ready to go. Blast off. We're back into space. All right, let's move at the speed of light. You ready? Here we go. We're going to make the quantum leap. Oh, quantum leap. We're back on Earth. Oh.
What year are we?
We're in the year 2024. Back here on Earth. Okay. That was an exciting adventure. We learned a lot of stuff. Does anybody have questions? I have some questions. I have some ideas in my head that I need to have solved. Tonight, though, we're going to break up into some groups, and we're going to ask some specific questions about what we learned tonight. And let me tell you a little bit more about what we're going to do this week. So every night, we're going to get onto the space shuttle again. But next time, we're going to go to Earth. And we're going to see what it looked like for Earth to be created. So I want to tell you guys thank you for your attention. And we're going to turn the time back over to Pastor Steve. I don't know. Let's say it again. Everybody, 1, 2, 3. Say Pastor Steve. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Pastor Steve!
There we go.